Okay, but
All
go ahead.
right, it's recording. Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome back to Rich's podcast land. And today we will be having Hilary Powers that is going to be our guest for the interview. But before we get started, how are you doing today so far?
I am doing great. I'm doing good. It's a good day.
That's really good to hear.
It's a good
So,
day. I have no complaints, unless I think about it too much. And
yeah.
then I'll find it. Otherwise, so far so good.
Yep. So, are you ready for me to start the questions for you?
Bring them on. I don't know what
Yep.
you're gonna ask, but I'm sure it's gonna be fun.
Yep. All right. My first question. How was it like being the voice of Sally in the famous childhood cartoon Peanuts?
Well, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
okay, I always back in the days when there was like 4 TV channels, it was pretty much before dirt was, and right after dirt was invented. So it was a long time ago, but so it was weird. My first job interview was I went on this audition and I booked my first job, which was for the voice of Sally. And I
Okay.
had no idea what I was doing. I was just excited to meet Charles Schultz and Bill Melendez. And I just thought, oh, I'm a very people oriented person, even as a kid, very friendly.
Yep.
So I was excited to meet people. And that was how I did it. I didn't audition. He didn't give me lines to read.
Oh,
He just had a conversation with a kid and he liked my disposition. And I guess I fit into that family unit. So I was very blessed. I guess, sometimes life presents you right time,
okay.
you know, that's what opportunities come. It's just good timing. It was a good timing. So,
Well, that's really great to hear. I'm really glad to hear your whole experience of being the voice of Sally from Peanuts. Because you remember, I was actually really surprised that I knew it was your voice because I really grew up watching Peanuts since I was like really young. I used to be crazy with Peanuts since I.
uh-huh.
Yep. I'm.
Nice.
Yep. Your answer leads me to the most important question I need to ask.
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah. How did you became interested in acting and what inspired you to pursue this as your career?
Okay, so I've done quite a few things.
Okay.
Um, but when I was a kid, my mother grew up in New York City and she was a Jackie Gleason model. I don't think you know who that, well, you might know who it is, but she was one of those models for the show that would say, and here's Jackie. And so when we moved out to California when I was 3, she gave up her acting career and her modeling career, and she decided to see if her kids could get involved in it. So they piled us into this old station wagon and we went down to this agent we knew nothing about, and they signed us up. And my mother had this game plan: got to make them famous. And when you're a kid, I was 5 years old when I started. I didn't care about work. I just wanted to go play with my brothers and sisters and, with the dogs and I had a horse, I had a pony. That really was my main objective. But my mother took us down. And like I said, my first interview, I scored this job. And so when I would go to record, when you do voiceover, all the characters are not in the same room. You're very
Hmm.
individualized, and then they piece it together. That's how they edit it. And so I would go, and Bill Melendez would say, "You blockhead, Charlie Brown," and I'd say, "You blockhead, Charlie Brown." So it was just very. I take direction really well. Until I was about 14, 15, then I didn't take any direction, but that's a different story. So, and then from thereafter, I did a lot of voices for Mattel dolls,
Hmm.
Hanna-Barbera. I did some after school cartoon specials, and then I did over a couple hundred commercials growing up. And like I said, there wasn't a lot of channels on the television, so
Hmm.
I was exposed, and I just wanted to be a kid. I don't, the thought of being famous, I have no desire at all. I just want to be creative and work and have fun. And so that got me into this. And
Okay.
so I did it. I can keep talking because I'm a motor mouth.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask questions. I'll just jump into the one you probably want. You won't even know it.
Oh,
Um, but I ended up, when I was about 13, 14, I took a break.
hmm.
And, life happened. And when in my 20s, I was a hip hop dancer, believe it or not. And so
Okay.
I would dance in these videos and I would do, like, I don't know, trade shows or stuff like that, just something to do. And then I got myself, I went to school. I went to UCLA Film Extension for continuity script supervisor. And I
Hmm.
did that for 33 years. I've just recently pretty much hung my hat up, unless somebody I know really needs a job. And, but I've done hundreds and hundreds of movies and TV shows. And then in the last 10 years, I've gotten back in and I work a lot. Like, I work in Florida, I work in Georgia, because I'm
Okay.
on the East Coast now. And so yeah, I have another movie coming out. It's a satire called Brittany Lost Her Phone, and it's a comedy. And I play the mother of this Christian family that supposedly is going to see the promised land and ends up in Joshua Tree, and we find an iPhone. So it's this time travel. It's really funny.
Oh,
It's
I
funny.
see.
So yeah, so I just, I didn't go with the intention of I want to work, because I think you put off a real desperate energy when you go with that intention. And if you're talking to people, if I'm talking to people on your show and they want to be an actor, or they want to go to Orlando and be one of the characters, I think if you go, I mean, I really feel this, if you go, seeing if you could add to the park or add to the character or just have fun playing yourself in the circumstance, you'll book it. But if you go thinking, I want to get something instead of I want to give my personality, I want to get money, I want to get fame, it's almost like magnets turned around, it repels. So I would suggest, if you're wanting to get into acting and stuff, just go have fun, take classes, get into theater, play, make believe, because that's really what acting is.
Yep. Yep. Speaking of that, I am in Valencia College right now. For your information, I wanted to be an actor just like you.
Oh, you do? Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, you got to get gray hair and get old.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go have fun. I just say go have fun. Just go have fun. Memorize your lines and say, how would I say this in that circumstance? And just be who you are. Because they're really not hiring a character, they're hiring you. And if they think they can get along with you for 15 hours a day on a set and they want to be around you, they're going to hire you. But if they think that you're trying to get something, they're going to be like, oh God, high maintenance. Little tricks about working in the film industry. There's a whole kind of head game you got to get into. So,
Yeah, true.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of like the other animation companies, I do remember that you were in this cartoon called Rankin Bass, which was Rudolph, Frosty, but I do recognize one of your voices was in it. I
I
think.
can't remember the name. But yes, I was in the Christmas Story. It was one of those old Christmas stories. Mm-hmm. And then Thanksgiving, we have the Peanuts is coming up, which
Ooh.
is my all-time favorite episode, because I absolutely love Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving for the meaning of it, just I love the family getting together. And it's about peanuts. They all get together and they become a family and they get along, which is something that rarely happens at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yep, I am so looking forward for Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving and Christmas together is one of my greatest time of the holidays.
Ah, that's so nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I think everybody. It's a magical time where you
Yep,
kind of don't think about what's happening in our world or what have you, and you get to be with family
yep,
and eat a lot of food. So I mean, what more do you want? We're in
yeah,
America.
Yep, true. Say, the thing is that have you ever like grew up like reading the Peanuts books before you were hired to do the voice for Sally in the cartoons?
I knew nothing about it.
Oh.
Started nothing. I didn't know anything. I knew when I mean, I found out afterwards because Bill Melendez and Charles Schultz, they lived up in Burlington, California.
Oh.
And they had used in the Christmas special, they used the neighbor little girl, and she didn't want to do it.
Hmm.
So they went outside of their little circle because everybody in the Peanuts gang all live up. They were all from Burlington, California.
Oh.
So they ventured out to agencies to
Mhm.
find Sally. And that's how it all happened. I auditioned, I met them, and it was just a
Oh.
really perfect match.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Say, like, how did you like react? Like when you mentioned Bill Melendez, how did you react it when he could actually do dog and birdie noises for voices of Snoopy and Woodstock?
Well, it was kind of fun. I loved Bill Melendez. He was such a cool guy. He was so much fun. He had this
Yeah.
really low bellow laugh. He would just laugh from the bottom of his stomach. And he had this mustache. It was like
Oh.
a Salvador Dali mustache. And I remember sitting on his lap, totally appropriate, you guys. Don't worry about it. I'm not one of them. But I would sit on his lap and I would twirl his mustache and he would do his voices and I would laugh and laugh and laugh. It was just playing. They went into it with the energy of, I kind of think nowadays people go into it, like I said, for the money and for to get this monstrosity, this huge mega, enterprise kicked up. They did it because they had a message that no matter what you go through, if you have friends, no matter
Mhm.
how you're not perfect, if Pigpen stunk, he still had friends. Charlie Brown was kind of a doofus brother, but I loved him anyway. He was like my hero, even though he couldn't even kick a football. And you had, Peppermint Patty and Marcy and all these kind of, girly, tough girls. It was just it was a neighborhood, neighborhood of kids of kind of what we have today. And I really truly believe he put in a lot of his own life experience for us kids to help him heal.
Yep. I'm really glad you had a good opportunity to talk to him and got to work with him and some of the Peanuts cast members. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
was fun. It was funny.
Yeah.
I went to Comic-Con and I
Oh.
don't know if I should share this. This is really funny, but I guess my brother, Charlie Brown, his old girlfriend didn't want him calling all the time, so she arrested him for stalking. And Charlie Brown, he was great. But my real brother called me up and he said, "Are you gonna go pick up your brother in jail?" And I go, "What are you talking about? I have four brothers." I go, "Who?" And he goes, "Charlie Brown. He's in jail. You got to go pick him up." It was really funny. It's one of those, you had to be there. But it was kind of a crazy story. Anyway, that was a sidebar.
Yeah. That's really glad to hear. Charlie Brown always makes me laugh a lot because I do you like remember like watching the new Peanuts movie that was released in I think 2015, the new Peanuts movie that just
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
yeah.
I personally, I didn't feel it. I think I think a little charm was taken away. Like it was the older stuff, like I said, was just a bunch of kids having fun working out life problems instead of an enterprise. And I think it was a little I'm a little, I see things from different angles. It felt like it was more contrived,
Hmm.
more like, here are the Peanuts characters. You kind of took the magic out of it, but that's just me. Maybe I wish I were in it. I don't know. Maybe not so much, but anyhow, it just, yeah.
Yeah.
I did do Snoopy Come Home, which was really fun. I got to have the premiere experience when I was like 8. I thought it was so fun going down the carpet. But I didn't even, it was like when you're a kid, at least I'm not so attached to stuff on the outside. I still am not. I go by, if things make me feel loved and happy and joyful, I really want to invest in it. So at the time when I was going, it was so much fun because everybody was happy, and it was a great experience. It was a really great experience. I'm lucky I've had that.
Yeah. Say, speaking of Snoopy Come Home, do you actually like remember like watching the whole movie during the olden times? Because I used to be crazy watching that episode. Wait, sorry, not episode, special, since I was really young, like this small.
Mhm.
Yep. Actually, do you actually remember one scene where the girl looks like Marcy, but she actually took Snoopy and tried to rename him to Rex and then singing her own song?
Yeah, when I saw the movie, because when it's made, when they make the movie, I don't know what's going on. So every character gets given these lines, and then they have them say it a different ways. Say it really happy, say it like you're mad, say it like you're going to get in a fight, say it like you're sad. So they would give you all these options, and they would fit all these, each person's part into the movie. So when all the kids showed up, it was like we were going to the movie for the first time. So we became the audience, even though our voices weren't in it. I was in it. We got to be a part of the audience. It was pretty spectacular. I loved it.
Yep, I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's done a little differently. I think they still do it, but most people get the whole script. But we didn't. We weren't given it. We were just given ideas and how we would say it in the circumstance,
Yep.
which is, I think, the key to acting is just playing yourself in the circumstance.
Yep. True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say, how did you like your family or friends reacted when you were hired to do the voice for Sally Brown?
Well, I come from a very big family. There were 7 of us.
Okay.
At the time, there was 4, and then we got 5 and 6. It was like in a row, boom, boom, boom. Um, my brothers and sisters thought I was spoiled because I get to go hang out with mom, but I didn't want to hang out with my mom. I wanted to just be with my friends, and after school, get to be with my brothers and sisters. So, they were a little snotty, but I mean, you got a bunch of seven brothers and sisters. You got a big Irish Catholic family with a lot of energy. You can only imagine. There was I mean, we would sit Sunday night. We always got to watch Sunday night movie. That was like and I never watched TV as a kid. I'm blessed to be one of those people that was not allowed to. So I have this massive imagination. And then, but on Sundays, we would watch the Sunday night movie or any of the specials that came up. And there would be a commercial on where my face would be on, and my brothers and sisters go, "Oh, change the channel, Hilary's on. You have to watch her here." And I was like, "I hate you." And then when we were watching the Peanut special, I was almost like a little embarrassed. Like I'm still very outgoing, but there's a little humbled, kind of like a shy side to me that I don't want everybody to know who I am. I just want to be known for Hilary. But I get this opportunity to be and make believe when they hire me, which is super fun.
Yep. I'm really glad they enjoy your voice as Sally so far. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Say, so my final question, you better prepare for this.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I'm feeling
Yep.
it.
Yep.
What?
What do you like have planned for the future, or what do you plan to do the rest of your career? Like, you still want to be an actor, or
I still love acting.
okay?
I've changed it to I love doing acting jobs, not my career. My career is to be happy. That's my life career.
Yeah.
And to have peace and to be around loved ones. That's my ultimate career. I have written a book called Peanuts to Percocet, Notes on a Hollywood Childhood. and I've done a book on tape, and my agent, I have a writing agent because I write screenplays, and I've done some other stuff. And so we're getting ready to launch that, and yeah, we're intending it to do well. That's my goal. But I also, my other thing is I'm a mentor, and I work with women, men, usually 20s, 30s. I have accumulate that, and I work with them, a life coach, but I don't call it a life coach. I just help them feel good. And if they want to know about how to act, I'll run lines with them. But I do that. That's my love. My love is helping other people find their dreams and tap into their own personal magic, because we all have it inside of us. And I love doing that. And if that means, I mean, I just auditioned for a movie last night, and I got a call back for another movie. If I get it, great. If not, it doesn't mean I'm any less. It just means I'm not, there's something better around the corner. And how much fun it was to play that character for these people. So
That's really great to hear about your future and stuff.
yeah, I'm very blessed. It's a good life. It's been an interesting ride. You can't judge a book by its covers. It seemed like everything was perfect, but I'm the girl who had this fame young. I became one of those teenagers that were like this. Hate to do that on TV and film, but oopsie. Ran away from home, dropped out of high school, stealing cars, arrested for something bad. I mean, I was a wild child. And then I ended up cleaning my life up, getting sober, and going to nursing school and going to art school. I'm a fine artist also. And I've had a couple shows, not a few, a couple. And I write now, and I mentor. And, if I didn't have all that stuff, where I get these girls or these women that think if you get everything on the outside, you're going to feel good on the inside. And it's not. You got to turn your funnel around. You got to feel good to have good. So I help women do that. That's the love. I love doing that. And then I get to see the joy and see their success and see that, help people make their dreams come true, like I said. And acting is a great way to play and tap into that childlike spirit that we hope we never get rid of.
Yeah, acting is like a wonderful gift to anyone who wants to be part of the field, you know? It's
It's so fun. It's
yeah,
super fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the future, someday I could get to be an actor just like you and your co-stars after I graduate from college.
Awesome. Well, I say keep going to college, feel good about completing something, and then be open to an adventure after that. Because
Yep.
this is all this place. We're just on an adventure. We're on a Disney ride. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah. Yep, true. Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much, Hilary
thank you
Powers,
for
for
inviting me. I appreciate you so much. And I hope everyone watches it, has fun, and it makes them think a little bit about what they could actually do with their life if they just have fun.
Yep. Also, the thing is that thank you. Literally, thank you so much for making my childhood filled with joy and happiness.
You're welcome. I'm so glad to add to your world. Thank you
Yeah,
for adding to mine today. I appreciate you too.
you're welcome. Well, take care, Hilary. Hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
You too. Bye bye.